Good morning, everyone, and welcome to um, your chamber. I'd like to welcome also those in the chamber and in the viewing public joining us on YouTube. Today is July 25th, and this is the House Standing Committee on Judiciary and Governmental Operations. Our committee has established a quorum with 5 members present. I'd like to officially now call this meeting to order. And with that, can I get a motion to adopt today's agenda? There's been a motion to adopt today's agenda. It was seconded. Today's agenda has now been adopted. No objection. Thank you. Moving along in our agenda, item number 3, public comments. The floor is now open for public comments. Thank you. Please state your name and the agency in which you represent for the record. Thank you so much. Being that there is none, we'll move along to the next item on the agenda, old business. On letter A, we have House Bill 2342, HS1, HD1, to clarify procedures for a preliminary hearing. The floor is open for discussion. And just so that the members know, the committee had considered the comments of the Office of the Public Defender and that of the 16 attorneys who are also part of the Public Defenders Association of the CNMI. So what you see in front of you is the bill, which includes our consideration and the amendments that were provided to us by those who submitted comments for the proposed bill.
Madam Chair, just a clarification question. On the agenda, it shows House Bill 2342 HS1, HD1. It should only be HS1, correct?
I believe it was in July, if I'm not mistaken, and I was not here at the time. Vice Chair Rep Camacho heard HS1 and tabled HS1 for further comments. So if you look at the comments provided to you by the public defender, it was a comment that was in regard to House Bill 2342 HS1 and then commented again on HD1, which is now what's presented. For the record, we did go back and it was offered HS1 on the agenda, and this was back, I believe, sometime in July of 2023.
Yes, and that's why I'm asking why. I say let's consider it as a technical error that we're including HD1 because it can never be HD1 because we're still talking about HS1 until we adopt any further amendments.
I believe HS1 was adopted at that time.
I understand that, but we cannot reflect the HD1 on the agenda because it never was adopted as a HD1. Short recess. Short recess.
Okay, thank you. Short recess. Thank you, members, and thank you to the viewing public. We are now back from recess. The floor is still open on the proposed bill, House Bill 2342, HS1, HD1. And thank you, Rep. Atel, for calling out the technical error on the agenda. That will be addressed, and make sure that the committee notes that during the committee report. Any further discussion on House Bill 2342 to clarify procedures for a preliminary hearing? And I think one of the things that I want to express here, when we made some of the amendments, the existing bill and the existing rule made significant changes and actually even made it more accommodating to the PDO. But for the record, it does not take away the injustice of individuals' rights. It addressed both the PDO side and the prosecution side. And one of the things that we did change was a very important part, which is on page 3. And we struck out official and we used the word court, because when we say the court, it's the judges. And when you say official, it could be anybody based on their rules of procedure, which, as we know, has been very problematic in a lot of the cases that are being presented right now to the court. So if there's no discussion, I would like for the members or any member to offer a motion to adopt House Bill 2342 HS1 HD1 for passage. Okay. So, all right. So I'll go ahead and say that for the record. Okay. And for the record, guys, I guess for the history of when we spoke about this prior to 2342 HS1, HD1 was introduced and adopted on January 30, 2024, at the committee meeting. And then 2342 HS1 was introduced and adopted on June of 2023. So HS1, HD1 was adopted on January 30, 2024. But because I was gone and Rep. Camacho, who is the vice chair of this committee, attended to the agenda at that time. So it is on record that we are, and there's no technical, but we are following the procedure, and we have not in any way gone outside of our rules. And I'll make sure that once this is adopted, or if it will be adopted today by the committee, which I hope the LAs would go ahead and put that history in there for the record. There's been a motion to adopt House Bill 2342 HS1 HD1. It's been seconded. All those in favor say, oh, brief discussion, I'm sorry. Short recess. Thank you, members. I guess, we need to have these meetings every 2 weeks because if we wait so long, our memory falls, there's a lot of other pressing issues that we attend to, and sometimes we fail as a committee to meet on a ample time because there's other pressing issues. But the motion on the floor is to adopt House Bill 2342 HS1 HD1. It's been seconded. Any discussion? Ready? All those in favor of the motion say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Cam, please prepare the committee report for House Bill 2342 HS1 HD1. Thank you, members. Moving along on letter B, House Bill 2386 to modernize the crime of burglary and the punishment ranges. We did receive comments from the Public Defender's Office, and as it stands, I think we should, with no objection of the committee, take a look at the proposed comments by the public defender and seek further comments from the Attorney General and to include members of the Bar Association, if there's no objection. No objection? Or discussion? If there's no objection, I'd like to table House Bill 2386 for further scrutiny and for further comments. There's been no objection. Please take note, House Bill 2386 to modernize the crime of burglary and the punishment ranges has been tabled. Letter C, House Bill 23108 to provide the public auditor with the power and duty to establish, develop, and implement a training program on ethics and related matters for all government employees and public officials of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. Discussion.
Madam Chair, not a discussion under 23-108, but if there's no objection from you as chair and the members, if we can address D and E before discussing C, if there's no objections from the members. So we got members from the Caribbean Affairs Office and the Indigenous Affairs Office waiting on this legislation, and if we can get it out of the way, so then we can discuss 108 if there's no objection from the members.
Being that there's no objection, we'll go ahead and table item number C and move right along to.
No, not to table, Madam Chair, just to take care of C and D. I mean D and E first.
My,
and we'll get back.
my apologies,
Yeah.
Rep. Atel. There's no objection, so we'll move letter C, House Bill 23108, down on the agenda and address letters D and E, being that they're representatives from the Carolinian Cultural Affairs and the Indigenous Affairs, which are two bills that are pertinent to their agency. So there was no objection. We would now like to address letter D, House Bill 23109, to authorize the Indigenous Affairs Office, IAO, to promulgate fees and for other purposes. Discussion. Recognize Representative Castro.
Oh, Chairwoman, thank you again. Thank you, members from our Indigenous Affairs and Carolinian Affairs Office that are up here today. The intent of this bill is really to help out these two agencies be more self-sufficient, and given the state of our financial situation, they can use these fees to help enhance the programs and services they provide to the public. I did have conversation with our representatives from the two agencies to ensure that the fees or any goes into enhancing the program and is reasonable, similar to Parks and Rec and other public agencies. Thank you.
Rep. Castro, are you offering an amendment to House Bill 23109?
Yes, and I've also like to offer an amendment just because there were some technical issues with the earlier version. So that would be House Bill 23-109, House Draft 1. And a copy should be provided.
Rep. Castro, and for the record, I know that when you had presented House Bill 23-109, it did not include in your bill a identifier for the revolving account. In your amendment, can you please specify what your amendment is?
Yes, so the amendment in this new draft, um, it would read out on item B, the Secretary of the Department of Finance shall establish within the Commonwealth Treasury an Indigenous Affairs Office IAO revolving fund account, which shall be accounted for separately from the general fund.
Thank you, Rep. Castro, for that. Any discussion, members? Okay, so I'm sorry. Recognize Rep. Aldan. Indigenous. Rep. Aldan, I'm going to call a short recess real quick. Short recess. Thank you, members, for that. And Rep. Aldan, my apologies for interjecting while you were talking, but I needed to call a short recess. And now we're back from the recess. I think the motion on the floor is to adopt House Bill 23110 or 109 HD1.
No,
No.
Madam Chair, we need to adopt the amendment first. Rep. Manny hasn't made the proper motion to adopt the amendment.
Rep Castro, would you like to make the proper motion for your amendment, please?
Motion to adopt the amended version, House Bill 23-109, House Draft 1.
There's been a motion on the floor to adopt House Bill 23-109 HD1. It's been seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All opposed? The motion carries. Now we're back to the main motion. Can I get a motion to adopt? Recognize Rep. Bumo.
Thank you, Chairwoman. I will now offer a motion to adopt House Bill 23-109 HD1. So moved.
Second.
There's been a motion to adopt House Bill 23-109 HD1. It's been seconded. Discussion? Ready?
Just for clarity, the motion also includes a committee report.
Correct.
No discussion. I'm ready to vote.
All those in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Cam, can you please prepare the committee report to reflect the adoption of House Bill 23-109 HD1? Moving along to the next item on the agenda, House Bill 23-110 HD1. Recognize Rep. Castro.
Thank you, Chairwoman. House Bill 23-110 is similar in nature to the previous bill. It's to authorize the Carolinian Affairs Office, CAO, to promulgate fees and for other purposes. And I also have an amendment that I'd like to offer today, similar to the same technical issue. We needed to establish the revolving account and spell it out in the bill. So I'm offering an amendment to that bill, which is House Bill 23-110, House Draft 1.
Second.
There's been a motion to adopt House Bill 23-110 HD1. It's been seconded.
Madam Chair, we have to adopt the amendment first.
Thank you, Rep. Atzo. At this time, there has been a motion to adopt House Bill 23 to amend House Bill 23-110. It's been seconded. All those in favor say aye. All opposed? The motion has been seconded and it's been seconded and approved. Any discussion? Ready. Okay. All those in favor say aye. All opposed? The motion carries. Back to the main motion. Can I get a motion? Recognize Rep. Castro.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Motion to adopt and also prepare committee report for the adoption of House Bill 23-110, House Draft 1.
There's been a motion to adopt House Bill 23-110 HD1 and to prepare and to have the legal assistants prepare the committee report. It's been seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Cam, please prepare the committee report to reflect House Bill 23-110 HD1. Thank you. Short recess. Thank you, members, and thank you to the viewing public. I apologize for that short recess. We are now still at old business, addressing letter C, House Bill 23108, to provide the public auditor with the power and duty to establish, develop, and implement a training program on ethics and related matters for all government employees and public officials of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. And for the record, members, we did receive comments from OPM, from the Civil Service Commission, and from the public Office of the Public Auditor. As we know, Rep. Camacho is on personal leave. The committee, at least due to scheduling and the urgent matters of attending the budget, have not met to discuss or even look how we could implement or incorporate any of these comments into the existing bill offered by Rep. Diego. So at this time, if there's no objection from the members, I'd like to offer that we table House Bill 23108 until our next committee meeting. There's no objection. All those in favor of the no objection, please say aye. And there's no objection from the members. House Bill 23108 will be tabled until the next JGO meeting. Thank you. Moving along to item 5, new business. There is no new business on the agenda. Item 6, miscellaneous. Any miscellaneous discussion from the members? There's no discussion under miscellaneous. Item number 7, adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn, please? There's been a motion to adjourn. It's been seconded. All those in favor say aye. All opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. This meeting is now adjourned.